The title of this manga is the kind of girl who is extremely erotic but would be a disaster if you asked her out. The story starts as a beautiful woman with her violet eyes stares into you. She questioned if you were going for a lecture or a vacation. Upon answering nothing, she became determined and happy to flirt with you a lot this day. It seems this encounter started when the MC was on his way home from a live concert of an indie band that he casually went to see. But upon leaving, he suddenly met a fellow indie fan. It seems she approached him casually. She wanted to exchange line numbers for contact with one another after they were done. It seems one thing led up to one another. The woman brought the MC to his home and it seems they ended up doing the deed. It seems she was also surprised finding it was his first time doing this. It seems she didn't mind but rather find this to be exciting. Shortly after the woman left, it seems the MC reached out thankful for the fun time, finding compatibility with one another. She asked if they should go out together but it seems she was left on read. As the next day arrives, it seems the MC heard the doorbell rang. He answered and met the girl he was with the other day. Seeing her presence, he immediately let her into his room. The woman inside questioned if it was fine for her to come in, as the sudden visit was a bit rude on her end. She also ponders if the MC thinks of her as a troublesome woman. She then immediately jumped the gun of wanting to do the deed again. As they were doing the deed, she questioned the MC straightforward about her question on the messaging app. She ponders about it, but in the end it seems they decided to go out casually. Hearing this made the MC to be thankful. As the next morning arrives, it seems she shortly left, but left coffee and a cute note stating that he seems to be sleeping well and called him cute. It seems she was also excited upon hearing they were going out. She also complimented his performance being better than before. She seems to look forward hanging out again and wanting to see him again. The following day arrived and it seems the MC will be having his first date with his girlfriend. It seems he arrived before the meeting time, but it seems his girlfriend was already there waiting for him. He wonders if he was disqualified as a boyfriend for making his girl wait. Despite this, his girlfriend didn't seem bothered, although she doesn't seem to show much emotion and stares at you cold-heartedly. It seems she isn't good at expressing her emotions that well. It seems his girlfriend went out of her way to wear something he might like. She also reveals arriving just now. As they headed onto the amusement park, they had other plans rather than riding the rides. In a corner somewhere they were doing the deed. She called them out for being a weird couple, as he was hitting her from the back. On the corner it seems people were walking by indicating they were doing it outdoors, but despite this they were enjoying each other. After the date ends, the MC was left with a commemorative photo with the words stating it's their start of their anniversary. It seems his girlfriend likes expressing herself more on writing. She reveals not being able to go to an amusement park before ever since graduation field trip. It seems she also found their hearts to be closer than before, wanting to see him again and enjoy. Shortly after, the MC decided to venture and take a plunge going to his girlfriend's house. It seems he was worried being seen like a stalker, but upon arriving at her house, he was fortunately greeted by his girlfriend after she had taken a bath. As she opened the door, it seems she was surprised of her boyfriend's presence coming all the way here. Finding this surprised, she immediately invited him in. But later on they have done the deed immediately. As she was on top, she stared at him intently with dark eyes. It seems she pointed out the pictures on the walls. The MC was pondering about this as she took pictures of him without permission. She labels this as a crime, but finds them both weird. It seems they were doing it a lot today, although she was happy about it, but it's okay for her as more or less, she gets to be his girlfriend after all. Shortly after, the MC began to wonder about the bandages on her neck. It seems he always noticed this but didn't pry further into it on asking her why, although not yet. As they went on a date, it seems she suddenly became depressed and is not that fine. She apologized for being like this, revealing as yesterday she was reminiscing about the past and was ill about it. It seems she pointed this out for being annoying. But later on she is once again pleased for doing the deed as she could feel like she could forget the past. It seems she also wants to tell the whole story about it in her past, but asks more time to get the courage on revealing her whole story, and it seems she wanted to go one more again. It seems she was glad that her boyfriend is using all of the protection, indicating they would be using it all of them on the following. As early autumn arrives, and summer is over, the rains suddenly have begun to fall. In the train station, as the rain pours down and the sun rises down, 6 p.m. arrives, and this was the time when regular office workers filled the premises of the train station that was leaving work. As the MC was here in the place packed where rain and crowds mixed, it seems the MC found his girlfriend standing there with a sad look on her face. Upon approaching her, it seems he find her to be scared and in a daze, lost in her thoughts, upon finding her to be just standing there wet from the rain.
He automatically pulled her away. As 7 p.m. arrived in the MC's apartment, he gave her some hot coffee and questioned what seems to be the problem. His girlfriend exclaims it was nothing serious. But upon explaining that her ex-boyfriend went out of his way to call her, despite being broken up many months ago, it seems she was confused, not understanding the situation, as even though her ex broke up with her, he still had the nerve to reach out. She seems apologetic as she doesn't want to involve him in her own problems, wanting to leave the MC out of it, but her ex found her. It seems it wasn't going well for her. Hearing this made the MC to hold her trembling hands and give comfort to her. It seems she finds the MC on being too kind. This suddenly made her to ask a favor of being comforted by him, as the rain outside pours heavily. Inside the apartment, they intimately engaged with one another, always getting excited. As they kissed one another, the MC held the oysters. This left his girlfriend to be ecstatic, and asked to be on top once more. It seems she finds comfort in his rising sword. Feeling satisfied, it seems she could forget about all her problems. It seems she wanted all of him at this point, but asked to not have any protection on. It seems at this point they don't even knew each other's name and only called each other out due to their names online. It seems as he finished, she reveals her name to be Shizuku. As they finished, she also questioned his name. As the morning arrives, she finally revealed that her ex was a domestic violence guy and likes strangling women. It seems this left her to be traumatized, and even in her dreams she would always wake up in the morning with scratches on her neck. And it seems lately, because of the MC, it has been happening less and less. As she got up and decided to go home, it seems she decided to go kick his boyfriend's nuts as to give back revenge. And it seems she is confident in doing it as she already has the MC and would like to brag afterwards about it towards her ex. Later they went to karaoke together as distraction, thus ending our story of how the beautiful and cute Yandere-looking girl turns out to be in a domestic violence relationship with her ex. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
Hey guys, Manhwa Recaps here. As you may know, I have been doing some behind-the-scenes video concepts that you might like, and these are just very entertaining but also super fun to watch. Going forward on this channel, I would still continue to do recaps as much as I can and share interesting mangas that I might came across, although I would upload videos that aren't the usual. Next is I have a main channel which was formerly Manhwa Kanari, but now it's just Advancer, which is my longtime channel. For that, if you guys want some documentary VTuber stalker or dramas type videos that dives deep into those topics, please considering subscribing, as I will start uploading on that channel soon. For the meantime, thank you for all of my subscribers watching and supporting. Not only that, you guys made my year. Even though we got hit with the strikes heavily, we still managed to push through. With that said, stay tuned. I would be uploading a full hour recap on my next video as requested by you guys. As I know people watch my videos to leisurely listen and pass the time, thank you for letting me reach 5,000 subscribers, and hopefully we hit 10,000 before the year ends. Thank you guys for watching. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.